Frank Harrison, born on the veranda in Orbost, because black people weren't allowed in the white wards. That's what my mum told me, and it stayed with me, and just travelled around from there, and ended up in Maytung, mum and dad, picking beans for an old Italian bloke by the name of Bill Sparty. And on a Friday after school, Mum and Dad said, "You pick with us tomorrow and we'll take you into the flicks in the lakes," about 10 or 11. And so if we walked from there, it was miles, I tell you, into Lakes entrance and sat down out, it was early, in front of the picture theatre, and next minute the cops pulled in and, "What are you doing here? What's your name?" Dick Harrison. He said, "This is my wife, Mary, and my little family here. What are you doing?" He said, "I brought him into the flicks." And he said, "Well, there's the road, you start flicking it back where you come from." Simple as that. I said, "This is our town." I could name those coppers, but I will not do that because they got family.
Then after the time we couldn't get into the pictures because it'd be packed with white fellows, and we'd had to wait, to see if there was any seats left for any Koreas. If there wasn't, well, we couldn't get in. And if there was spare seats, we was allowed to come in. Sometimes us kids used to sit on the floor. And it was hard. And then they were going to white school in Orbost and New Morella. We just got called abos and all that, so I just didn't like them. I'd fight them back, try to fight them. Hit back the best way I can to get back at them. We just got called niggers, abos, you name it. All we wanted to do was just go to school and try and learn.
Well, we're scared, more or less, because they'd tell you to get back where you come from, and when we used to say, they'd say, "Get back to where you come from," it was always the bush. And today I still hear, kids saying that to the kids today, Go back to the bush where you come from. And it still goes on today. There was fellas in Melbourne that wanted an Aboriginal family to go and work for them, so Dad, we packed up and, we thought it was great, there's a chance, Dad thought, with have a go with the kids. So we packed up, we went to Eltham and Meetung, and when we got there, it was just shocking. They must have thought because we were black people, they thought we was going to live like, black slaves or something. And when Dad got him, Mum, the night we had to stay, it was just dirt. So Mum just had to clean a little spot for us to sleep. Next morning, Dad, he'd be down at 6 or 7 early in the morning, banging on the door, "Come on, you so-and-so, get up, you got to get to work." And it was just filth, we couldn't live there. And Dad just said, "No, we're not living like this, not going to make slaves." So we just packed up and we hit the road. Dad walked the road with us, wouldn't bring us in. We had to walk in with our bags and cases, and got into the train in Melbourne. We headed back home to Meetung, and we stayed at Meetung there and with the Gilsons, and it was good.
When I was a kid coming into Lakes with Dad and Mum, it was exciting because we've seen a different township. A lot of people looked at you but there's a lot of people who looked and glared at you. There was two different looks. There was one more, and you can see it, you can feel it and see it in your eyes. People must be saying, "Oh, what are they doing here? Don't tell me more Aboriginals are moving into town." And people look at you and think, "What are they doing? Who are they?" And whatever. But out in the bush, you just got it wide open for yourself. So you're free. It's like a bird in a cage locked away. As soon as that door opens, it flows and just wanders with the breeze,
Growing up along the Orbost, along the riverbanks and stuff like that, we had happy times. My mum would be looking out for us so we won't go in the river too deep, and singing out to us and, watch the little ones, she'd be saying, and used to go to the bush out to Linja there and cut sleepers, the old people too. My mum used to work side by side with my uncle. They worked really hard, and that was a good environment for us, because we used to love the bush, and we were kind of free out in the bush. But when my mum used to see a car coming down, because somehow or other the welfare people would find out where Koori people were staying or living or working, they'd come down the hill or up the hill wherever we were, and my mum would get us kids to hide around the creeks or riverbeds and stuff like that. I just hope down the future that everybody can get a equal go with everything. That's all. Instead of being judged all the time, But I know there's a lot of good people out there. I've got lots and lots of good friends, that's non-Aboriginal, but there are a lot of people who are judgmental about people. I really would like that to happen.